Well, we have multiple days of severe weather, starting out slow at first for the next 3 days, but then really kicking in this weekend. As you can see, the pattern suggests multiple days of severe weather from Texas spreading northward and eventually spreading to the east. I'm meteorologist Ted Keller. Let's dive in. Well, for the next several days, the Storm Prediction Center is issuing minimal threats for severe weather. That may change, of course, but this is today's Wednesday, so the lowest category, 1 out of 5, issued for central Kansas. And there really isn't much of a tornado or even severe damaging wind risk with this, maybe a little bit of large hail, and that's about it. So not too much to worry about there. We still have this same kind of boomerang shape for Thursday that runs from northern Missouri and curves back to Amarillo, Texas. Again, minimal threats with regard to anything else, but maybe some hail. Take a look at CSU's learning model, and it does put a little hail spike right around Lincoln, Nebraska into north central Kansas, maybe a little bit of wind, no tornado risk. And then we move ahead to Friday, and we have this elongated area that kind of straddles the Oklahoma-Kansas border. I broadcast from Springfield, Missouri, so we're included in that. And again, that's primarily going to be a hail risk, and even CSU doesn't really bring it that far east. So overnight, this is a overrunning kind of situation for severe thunderstorms on Friday, which is typically a hail event. No tornado or wind significance there at all. Now, the big show begins starting on Saturday. It's a small shot first. Saturday, generally speaking, is showing West Texas, basically Amarillo, Lubbock, Odessa, Midland area under the gun. This is a very typical scenario for them when the jet stream winds start coming out of the southwest. So here's SPC's outlook for Saturday, and this is the learning machines model, and almost always it puts severe weather risk much more to the north than SPC does, at least initially, and I haven't really done any study to verify that, just doing it a lot and watching it. So at the 500 millibar level, the first round of upper level winds is really starting to get into West Texas. So we have 30 knot winds. So, you're looking at 30 to 40 mile per hour winds at that level, just barely enough to hold a supercell together, really. But we do have little inconsistencies, like this little short wave right here. Its position could extend down and change and modify that air mass there in Texas a little bit more for Saturday. Still could happen, but I'm sure you've already noticed there's a large energy surge here with winds coming ashore. A negatively tilted long wave trough is developing, so this is going to set up days worth of severe weather, and that's Saturday. So let's look at Sunday now. So the whole thing shifts east, and I think just intensifies. So from Wichita straight down the chute to Texas, including Oklahoma City, also Wichita Falls, Dallas, San Angelo, those areas. This is for Sunday. I think that the chance is probably going to be increased for Sunday once we get a lot closer to the event. Right now, the way they do it at the SPC, anything that's day 4 through 8, they just issue these two categories right here. So it's a 15% chance of any severe weather within a 25-mile radius of a point you pick. Now, on the CSU learning machine, again, here's SPC's model, and it matches very nicely, but again, wants to really extend that far to the north. I can almost see that because low pressure is forecast to develop up here, and if we can get enough moisture and instability up there, the low-level wind fields would be supportive of a dynamic that would support severe weather much more to the north than indicated here, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's look at the 500 millibar flow, and I'm using GEFS data today instead of the EPS, just because. But we still have that huge long wave trough on Sunday. The upper level winds on Sunday are better across the Great Plains here. Generally, everything is upped a little bit. We'd be looking for short waves, which may or may not show up in this analysis because it is an ensemble, so its whole job is to smooth out the data a little bit. And then it gets a little more stretched out on Monday, extending from really Wisconsin and Minnesota straight through Iowa, Kansas City, down into most of Oklahoma, and down to the Dallas area on Monday. And when these outlets get stretched out, I can just tell the forcing becomes a little more frontal, but that does not mean this is less serious by any means. It will greatly depend on the wind structure. By then, the instability should be pretty much in place. Monday's outlook, okay, and SPCs, and then, a little bit of a broader brush. Just take that and expand it several hundred miles in all directions, and that's the look for Monday. Now, here's the jet stream flow on Monday. One a little short wave could be coming out right here. The main long wave trough is still back here, becoming a little more positively tilted. But this is probably the best punch of supercell supporting jet stream flow of all the outlooks so far. So it'll be, we're looking at Sunday, Monday in competition really for each other to see which one has the better overall structure for a more widespread outbreak. And then it doesn't stop. Tuesday, we have the Ozarks almost to St. Louis, down through the Arkansas area, almost the entire state, Little Rock included, Dallas included again. And this is for Tuesday. And again, you get the idea that the front is kind of stretching out, but we still have unstable air coming out ahead of it. And here's the comparison. The severe weather probabilities are at 15% from CSU, certainly targeting that Arkansas area, but also in a line all the way up from St. Louis to Detroit approximately. And the wind flow to support that. This is a little bit more of a positively tilted trough. This generally does not support widespread tornado outlooks if it validates, but it would support lines of thunderstorms, wind damage, and some large hail. Let's take a look at the extended outlooks here. This is just supercell probabilities. So this is April 8th through the 14th. The same zone pretty much is being highlighted for the next week. A week after that, it's subdued a little bit, but still pretty active in Texas. And then finishing out April, again, the same areas where we expect severe thunderstorm probabilities to be going up. They are. And so this runs not quite from Kansas, but Oklahoma down through the heart of Texas. Thanks for watching today's edition of Severe Thunderstorm Outlooks. This is published every day after the morning Storm Prediction Center update. Also, remember to check that site off on day one because they update it fairly frequently. If you like this video, please like it. Also, you can subscribe to the channel for more content just like this.